It's time for the question of the week. So with that, well, you see, when it comes to these tethers, when we think about the civil rights movement that we went on, it was also called the Indian Civil Rights Movement back in the day. Let's just be real. But, they don't want you to know who you really are. You INs out there. But when you think about the civil rights movement itself and what happened afterwards, I always tell people that the civil rights movement was backdoored. They didn't want us to be in a position of getting equal rights and equal justice and equal opportunity in this country. So when you a colonizer and you crafty with your evil, what are you going to do? You got to figure out a way to acknowledge the civil rights movement, but not allow it to be a benefit to the people that went on the movement for the civil rights movement. Those folks can't get that type of justice and that type of equality. Why? Because they're the endogenous species of America. You can't let them have their land back and take over things and become equal, especially with the gifts and abilities that they have to produce people like Michael Jackson, Beyonce's, and Mike Tyson's, and so on. So you can't just let them have an equal floor. So what do you do in order to downplay and dwarf the civil rights movement? You just let other immigrants in that look like us. You let other parties in that look like us. See, if you let other people in that look like us, then you can downplay our civil rights movement by giving it to them. And you don't have to give those that actually went on the civil rights movement for those type of benefits and opportunities and equality. You don't have to give them nothing. Because all you got to do is infuse them together with the immigrants that you letting come in or the parties that you letting come in. And then once you do that, then you say, oh, their plight the same as yours. They're going through the same exact stuff. We got to help them out. We got to give them stuff. We got to do all sorts of extra stuff for them because they're in need. So now in turn, for all the career jobs, the political opportunities, the different benefits that we went out and put boots on ground, 10 toes down, our people had to go through all sorts of hell in order to make that movement happen. If you go back and look at some of the stuff that went, what they went through, from the attack dogs to you name it, water hoses with the fire, you name it, that our people had to survive. Not to mention the lynchings on the low, you name it. They wasn't never planning on giving us any type of equality here. They was looking to give it to everybody else. That was the plan in the end. These people know exactly what they're doing. Their hatred run deep, man, when it comes to us. This is why you haven't got a bill passed for protection against hate crimes in America, even though you're number one on the list. The federal census state, you're number one on the list. And notice how they too blind to see it to give you a bill passed. They too blind to see it. Same thing with crimes against humanity done to your bloodline. Everybody else got reparations that been through a touch of what we've been through. Nowhere near what we've been through. But they got reparations. You and I, we it's our birthright to get it. They haven't gave it to us yet. To the point where they done programmed our people's mind to us saying, well, they ain't gonna give it to us. Well, they ain't gonna. They wouldn't give you shit. You got to go out there and take it. You got to go out there and put boots on ground, 10 toes down, and demand it like we always have. We never voted anything in to get any type of justice here. We never voted in anything to get any type of opportunity here. We always got out and made it happen. That's just the reality to it. So I digress. When you look at the civil rights movement, it was for our people. But these folks was never intending on giving us equality or equal justice here in this country. It was always set up to backdoor us. And this is why they got so many immigrants in here. Why? Because they'd rather have the immigrants in here than deal with you because you at home. There's no other reason, dude. You're at home. They don't want you on an equal playing ground after taking all the land and everything and resources from you. They ain't going to give it back to you. So they had to bring other people in that look like you, that's willing to demonize you, talk about you, lowball you, and at the same time get all the opportunities that you went out on the civil rights movement for. All the benefits you went out on the civil rights for. That's why they can let all sorts of other parties into the country and don't do no background checks on them. But let you try to do anything that they're doing, they're going to background check you. And if they find anything that they can discriminate on you against, they will. And they ain't gonna call it discrimination. But exactly what it is a back door to backdoor your ass. So when you think about these tellers that's coming to the country, you see all these people that's coming in from the Obamas that look like us, from the Kamala Harris's that look like us, to some of the British brothers and sisters that come in, to you name it. They come into the country and they get perks based off of them not being us, based off of them not connecting with us, based off of them not dealing with us, in order to continue to circumvent us out of our civil rights movement, our opportunities that we put boots on ground, 10 toes down to get. And that's done by these colonizers. They're puppet master strings on all these other nations coming into the country to manipulate against us. It's just what it is. And if you can't see it, you better do it like some of these people was telling you to do. Wake your ass up, because at the end of the day, it's happening all around you. And at the same time, your Aboriginal Negro men are being demonized, chased down, and mass incarcerated to the fullest more than any other nation on earth. You are being prosecuted to the fullest. And at the same time, you at the bottom of the economic infrastructure of America, as well as the resources of America. This is not by accident, guys. This is by design. And there are many people out there that'll take the dollar to bring destruction to you, to demonize you, to talk about you. Oh, they on welfare. Then you find out that y'all, as Aboriginal Negroes of America, ain't the ones that's getting the most welfare. Oh, they on the DEI or some shit. Oh, but you find out that you ain't the one that's getting that the most. Oh, it's the affirmative action. Then you find out you ain't getting the most on affirmative action. Oh, it's the Black Boule. Then you find out the Black Boule and the Black Caucus don't really represent you from fucking nowhere. They representing every fucking body else. You just got to do a little study for yourself. We've been tricked, trapped, and set up all over again on our own fucking land, being called something we're not. The only people that have been declassified out of their identity damn near 7 to 10 times more than anybody on the goddamn planet. You think that's by accident? Or do it got something to do with you being the indigenous, endogenous Neegies of America, and they ain't never trying to give you your land back or your resources back to you? And that's just a reality. That's 100. Look it up. Check it out for yourself. Stop listening to those that came to Holocaust, massacre, and genocide your people. Their children do not have your best interests at hand. Their inheritors do not give a fuck about you. And the moment you understand that, can accept that, then you can change our reality and help change our reality as a whole, individually and as a whole. Why? Because we sit in the ghetto slums and hold by force, and it's being maintained and orchestrated by drones of police to keep you from getting economically sound, to keep you from getting resource sound. Because when you look at the poverty and structural reality that we under, when you look at the struggling base that we under, when you look at the brothers and sisters that's out there hustling, that ain't based off of anything other than the fact that the people that control the resources, the hiring, the careers, the jobs, the bank loans, the grants, they the ones that's not giving you shit in order to get out of the boat that they put your ass in. And with that, reparations is 100% needed. And I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. But that is the question of the week. You let me know. Peace, peace.